Development comes in stages.
In this video, you're going to learn the biggest barrier to your baby's milestone development, warning signs of developmental issues, and find links in the description to a free course to help your baby have milestone progression. Welcome to Movement Lesson. Find our links in the description below.
I can't stress enough that if your child has issues with the functions of the body, breathing, balance, and heart, milestones just aren't going to develop. Any child that has not had a full breath, and I'm talking about the force of the lungs, will oppose gravity. Gravity crushes, the foams come out, the intercostal muscles within the rib cages lock in. First process of opposing something comes into play. So that first breath is so critical for all cognitive organization. Why? Because breathing against gravity is the easiest thing you're going to do. And if your baby has not organized for that, then for them to oppose gravity in walking without some form of intervention, those vertical milestones are going to be very difficult, again, without some kind of therapeutic intervention. Breathing is the priority. I'm not going to eat. I'm not going to suck. No one, if you are drowning, if you are without breath, right? You're not saying, I want a good burger right now. Didn't latch well, very spit up, you see colic increasing, all of those kind of things, reflux. But if it's the breath swallow ratio of where they are within their development and what they're going into, we're in trouble. For you're sitting there working, but I want rolling over, Michelle. Well, are you going to roll over when you all of a sudden are going, no, they're not going to roll over because a baby can't go, excuse me, let me just clear my throat. And this is why I want you on time-dictated development so you catch it. It's the balance. When your baby goes to lie down, right, and you're just with your baby and you're here, and you're holding your baby and just these like little things and just this art of lying your baby down. Now, I don't want to call it a startle reflex and all of those kind of things because that's not what it is. There's an absolute horizon or a part of your baby that can go from here to the crib, or I can pass it baby to somebody, right? If you're saying stuff like, I can't put my baby down, if I'm doing that, or your baby's, that's why I have to swaddle Michelle because my baby just, no. There's something going on that you need to work on that and let your child learn how to, in a sense, lie down. And the balance starts to show how well it's doing by rolling over. And this is why I look for it so early, because it's like, oh, I've got this, I've got dummy time, I'm starting to roll over. Because they do it through weight transfer and imbalance. So when you're seeing a child clenched like this, they don't have good balance. If you're seeing the eye come in, they don't have good balance. If you're seeing the legs going, so when you start using words, well, my baby is really stiff or floppy, or I love this one, they hate tummy time. They don't hate tummy time. They cannot do it. If they can't breathe on their tummy, they're never going to do it. Right? And that's where the organization of CP can get worse, because I can't breathe, I can't, and they'll just start to stiffen. They will do it at whatever they can because they're not in a position to go, oh, let me roll over and get out of this. When you're working with the functions of your baby and your baby has had trauma, NICU time, phototherapy, all of those kind of things, these are things to intubation is to save your child's life. But we have to look at the movement. But the first movement we have to look at first is always breathing. And I don't care if your child is breathing what you feel is fine now, it's the movement of breathing. So when you're starting to saying, I'm not progressing to milestones, we always have to look at the life functions, breathing, balance, and heart functions, because you and I right now, we're not worried about if we're breathing. Your baby shouldn't be worrying about if they're in tummy time, they can't breathe well. So please, guys, when your child has not got the first breath, the breathing course will always be free.
To help your baby to learn to breathe optimally in all developmental positions, take our free breathing course. Link in the description.